Hey guys, my name is Adam and I'm here with another Shogun 2 Total War multiplayer battle replay. This is actually a 1v1 matchup I had on Fall of the Samurai. It is on the map Hida Mountains. So, the last matchup I showed you was a 2v2 and it was also on regular Shogun 2. Fall of the Samurai is a nice little expansion of the game that puts you farther into the future. So, you'll definitely see some significant differences, but I decided on this replay mainly because both me and my opponent made some very significant errors, and our poor decisions ended up costing us quite dearly, and you'll definitely see who wins at the end of this. But this is a medium funds matchup here, as you can see by the number of units fielded. Let's take a look at army composition. I have 4 sets of Black Bear infantry. These guys tend to be my bulk line infantry force for pretty much all Fall of the Samurai games, and each and every one of these guys is rank 3. Put most of my upgrades into reload skill as well. Behind them, for my melee component, I have 2 sets of Shogutai. In Fall of the Samurai, you find it, I tend to find at least, that it's pretty rare for people to bring a melee component, but I do tend to like it. This Shogutai over here is rank 2, and the other one over here is unranked. I have 2 sets of Yariki. One is unranked, and this one over here is rank 4. I have a set of Revolver Cavalry, which is rank 1, and I upgraded their reload skill because, I don't know, I tend to really like upgrading reload skill on Fall of the Samurai just because it tends to play a very crucial role. I also have my General, of course, but looking at my opponent's build, he has 2 sets of Vermilion Bird Force. They're unranked. A set of Red Bear Infantry, and as you can see, these guys are ludicrously high ranked, at rank 9. And also, he has a set of Royal Marines at rank 8. So, he brought a very, very strong shooting component. But, again, he left out a melee component, which will, I don't know, it may or may not cost him. It really depends on how you look at the situation. I maybe should have brought more guns, but personally, I like bringing a little bit of a melee force. He did not. Alright, looking at his Cav component, he has a set of Yariki that is unranked, a set of Revolver Cavalry that is rank 4, and of course his General, and it looks like it is him right there in the green. So, as I said previously, both me and my opponent made some very crucial mistakes in here. This was one of my mistakes. I got a little bit too close to his line. I'm going to take a couple casualties, nothing too severe, but I'm immediately going to back up. I did lose 1 man from my General's bodyguard and a couple from my Black Bear infantry. Now, my opponent does have 1 hidden unit, and you'll see those guys pop up here pretty darn soon. Quite honestly, I was pretty surprised at the unit he brought. It's very rare on Fall of the Samurai to see them, but I guess they do exist. And we'll see him pop up over here in a few moments. And here they are. He brought a rank 4 Kisho Ninja that just ran into a huge volley. This was one of the huge mistakes my opponent made. This Kisho Ninja was pretty darn expensive. They will get to my line, and they're going to cut up a couple of my Black Bears, but not nearly enough, and they're just going to instantly rout under the extreme fire. I'm just going to shoot them all down. These guys are not going to be coming back. They had a very bad day. Over here on the right flank, you'll see that I have engaged his enemy Royal Marines and his incredibly high-ranked Red Bear Infantry, so I decided to charge my cavalry to try to even the playing field. Now, this is not an extremely effective charge because he will countercharge of his Yari Cav, and also he has his Revolver Cavalry shooting me to pieces. So, not the most effective of charges, but it did get the job done for the time being. I was merely trying to stall. Over here, I have my Revolver Cavalry just run up and blast the crap out of their Red Bears, which I honestly think was a pretty darn good idea because these Red Bears could really cause me a problem with how high ranked they are. You'll see that my line over here is really starting to falter, and they are actually routing at this point. I was not expecting how quickly that my right flank would fold here. I do still have my left flank, who is actually winning, because remember, his Vermilion Bird Force over on the left are unvetted. So I'm trying to form a bit of a V shape so I can kind of stop the oncoming advance of the right flank here, which is completely folded. There goes my Revolver Cavalry as well. Alright, so at this point, he's charging his cavalry straight at me. And that's not something that you're generally wanting to do. He's going to try to pull back now, which he does manage. I'm trying to get my Shogutai to charge into this Royal Marine unit because they are weakened. but unfortunately I'm going to get shot up a little bit. I decided against that though, and I'm going to charge through the forest at all these units coming up ahead of us. I decided to charge into this Red Bear infantry since they are the closest and they are really highly ranked. So the quicker I can get rid of these guys, the better, because these will give a morale bonus to the surrounding units. And I'm pretty confident as long as I can take out these really highly ranked soldiers that the unranked Vermilion Bird Force will quickly rout. Over on the left side here, you'll notice I have my Revolver Cavalry outflanking. I'm going to get some outflanking shots here. I tend to really like Revolver Cavalry just because of the massive amount of damage they do in a very short amount of time. These guys are actually going to rout before they get to fire, so that's pretty fantastic. I also have my General firing at the enemy as well. Here I had a lapse in micro, and I have my guys shooting in a very condensed formation. But I'm quickly going to change that, I do believe. Unfortunately, over here you can see that my Shogutai are getting really shot up. I was really surprised at my Shogutai because they really did not want to rout. And I really, really am happy for that, because if these guys had routed, I could have had a real problem. But as you can see now, with the continual fire and also the wrapping up of my Shogutai, I have managed to rout his army. And all that he has left is his general and this last unit of Vermilion Bird Force, who is going to be charged by my Shogutai. So after the glorious charge, I'm going to cut them up as much as possible, and they will rout here very quickly. Of course, because all of their friendlies have routed as well. These guys aren't going to last long. I also have my general back there shooting into their flank, and these guys are definitely not going to last long. My Shogutai did a decent job, actually, in this matchup. Alright. That done. The general is also routed, and that is the end of the replay, guys. So I'm just shooting them up with my general's bodyguard, all the remaining units, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this multiplayer battle replay on Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai, and I'll see you guys in the next video.